The reading material for this week's module of Journal 1 is learning about compassion and leadership. This module and discussion with my partner really spoke to me in a way that I look at my previous managers as either being a leader or not. If they had compassion and care for their employees, including me, I would have worked with the company longer. Listening to my partners talk about her encounters with the manager at a restaurant she works at, and realizing that her employer is a leader because she ensures all her employees are doing their jobs. But when it comes to compassion and understanding, my partner did not feel that she had it. The reason is because the manager had just hired a guy and then fired him within a week due to not meeting the standards. Also, my partner mentioned that she personally has not been given a lot of hours at work, even though she consistently tells her she needs more hours. I agree with my partner that her manager does not seem to be understanding that her employees need attention and care. This discussion so far, I have learned that in the work environment and in our personal lives, we all have some type of leadership role. In the work environment, our employers would be our leaders that lead everyone on what to do in order for everything to move efficiently. A leader is a person that believes in helping everyone reach their full potential at work by strengthening work skills and building relationships with every employee to make the work environment more positive. In our personal life, I learned that having compassion for others and ourselves is important in order to be happy and positive. It lowers stress levels and overall produces a positive feeling within. That compassion that we have for ourselves can then be turned around and given to others around you. Now that I understand more of what compassion really means, I'm working on changing the way I feel personally about myself from negative to positive. My opinion about good leadership after the discussion and reading the module is that someone with great leadership has to be a role model for everyone else following in their footsteps or working for them. If that person does not have the ability to communicate and understand those working for them, it would not be a good environment. I feel that this module has inspired me to become a leader once I get to that dream job. I want to be a good leader for everyone that I am working with because I believe that everyone's ideas and perspectives are important. The way I would ensure that I am being a good leader is by taking the time to speak to everyone in the workplace and learn what concerns they may have and also ask about the level of comfort in the workplace. Also, how I can make their days at work more positive. After reading the material and having a FaceTime discussion with my assigned partner, I can apply compassion and leadership to my daily life at work, school, and at home. The way I would apply compassion in my life is by always taking a moment to be alone and reflect on what I am doing with my life. When it comes to leadership, I will be more confident and influential to other people that I work with and help everyone reach their goals and reach my goals. I also felt that this discussion gave me the opportunity to tell my partner about myself and that I had a job where I was not appreciated and I felt no compassion from my manager. It was more of what is best for the business and not how the employees are feeling. I was able to tell my partner without hesitation that compassion and leadership did not exist in my past workplace, and if they had existed, I would have been delighted to stay because I would have been an important part of the company. Lastly, when it comes to points of wisdom, I would say listen, understand, and help your employees be the best. At the end of the day, we should all be heard and understood. Our goals and well being make a workplace better when there is compassion and strong leadership skills. Weekly Wisdom Quote: Compassionate leadership goes a long way. I think that having compassion as a leader is a trait that every manager or leader has to have. The leader can create an impact in the system by, for example, I had a manager who washed dishes all night because they were short on staff. I think that shows compassion, and as an employee, seeing my boss get down and dirty in the dish room, I feel almost even, and not that he has more power over me because we're all human. Compassion in a leader has impacted me to think that every manager or leader should have compassion towards people and employees. I think that I would respect a leader who is more compassionate because they get along with the people and employees. Another example of a non-compassionate manager would be if someone in your family had passed away and that manager told you that you still had to come into work. A compassionate manager would let you have all the time that you needed off. That is a compassionate manager because they felt for the employee. I also learned about being self-compassionate. I think a lot of the times I'm hard on myself and I don't give myself a break. I just need to think I'm going to take this one step at a time and that stressing over it isn't going to make anything go any faster. Some points of wisdom that came up for me was that being compassionate towards everyone in your life will make you a better person, and it makes people feel good to be around you because of the kind person that you are. When I video chatted with my partner, she was telling me about the situation in her last job about how a woman called her greedy because she wanted to be fair about table rotation because she was a server. This woman was the manager as well, so my partner couldn't really go to anyone, especially not the manager because she had insulted her. Her manager was very selfish. If she had more compassion and self awareness, she wouldn't be as bitter. I'm going to practice my skill of empathic active listening to my friends, family, coworkers, and the in between. Coming into the session, I was confident that my partner was high energy like me. I read the material and could relate to a lot of what the leadership scenarios say. My partner is actually in the same section as I am, and we connected and talked about our hobbies and what we like to do. We talked a lot about how a leader should show compassion and how it will affect the workplace. If a leader is high energy and compassionate, the employees will start to care and will get motivated to be more productive. We kept relaying our ideas to each other and started to connect more on a deeper level. This helped a lot with my wisdom in terms of insight and knowledge about how the real world is. I really like how we just met each other and we connected so easily. I will look forward to these sessions and talk about a lot more topics.